There was a ton of crappie under them docks.
Yeah, we started out the morning inside the marina, trying to catch some of the white bass and checking out some of the crappie.
Oh, you got a good one, baby. You got a real good one. That is a better one.
Because we didn't want to get out in the middle of the main lake this morning, so we stayed inside the marina. And we were able to, well, I was able to dock shoot under the docks, and they got the ones on the outside, and they were just loaded down. There were crappie everywhere. We're here at the Provo State Park, a Utah lake. There's some grass under the water here. We're sitting in 8 foot of water, and we're just looking for white bass on the jump. We're looking for the ripples, where you hear them busting, eating shad on top. That's a feeding frenzy, and we're gonna be casting our baits through it. My style. Fish like that give you nightmares at night. As soon as the wind started making a chop, they quit busting right there. And I know we got the live scope on, but we don't need it. All we're looking for is the top of the water for the jumps for the white bass. Got one? There's some little bitty ones in here too. Now both of them have a double jig on, and I've just got the single jig on. They've got a lot better chance of catching with having double jig on, but there is a very good reason to only have one jig on, and we're gonna find that out here shortly. That is a bad name for a boat right there, Unsinkable. Wait a minute, Unsinkable 2. What happened to Unsinkable 1? This is where the one jig head comes in. It's extremely hard to dock shoot with 2 of them tied on. Oh, she's got something big. Coulter, go grab the net. Oh, is it gonna spool you? Oh, did it? I was getting ready to go try to run it down. Okay, no need for the net. I hit the camera. Caught me a big one. There's a crappie. Crappie in Utah Lake do exist. Right there is proof. It's not a giant, but the wind had been blowing, keeping us off the main lake, so our only option is to fish inside the marinas for them. They are up underneath these docks exactly where they're supposed to be. And I had actually called a couple of guides before we come out here, and they had told me, if you're coming crappie fishing, don't even come, you ain't gonna catch none. Yep, they're loaded up right there. And this right here, for a family to be able to come, you could actually catch these from standing on the dock. It's a load of fun. Yeah, if you can get in there, that's what I was saying a while ago about the double jig. You all were fishing for the striper, or the white bass with the double jig. I stayed with the single, that way I could shoot up underneath here and get just a little bit of advantage on you there, honey. I didn't quite get in there. You got to get in there and run it through them. You can try to dock shoot with them 2 jigs. If the one on top is small enough, it'll still go. Coulter, I know I've been fussing over you breaking the line, but you're good, man. I'll retie it all day if you catch fish, okay? Now, if you hang up one after another, you're gonna have to learn how to tie a jig.
Well, I know how to tie one, just not the double jig.
Well, it's pretty simple. You just slide the first jig head on without tying it. Tie the bottom one on. I'm too close. I'm having a hard time. Yeah, it ain't gonna work. Shoo. My old jig head got more lumps than them mountains over there. Oh, watch that line pop. That's how you know. Old school dock shooting, you just look for your line to pop, and that's how you know when you're getting bit, because a lot of times you're following with these little jig heads on a slack line, and you cannot tell whether you get, no, he got in there. There it is, the line's popping. I was getting hit, and no go. I'm just gonna drop right on down in there. What you got? Crappie. Well, I think you got the biggest one so far there, son. You got to let a little more line out. See, it's all on the end. You want that, when you're shooting, you want that jig to be just above the reel when you grab it, somewhere in between this first eye and the reel. And a lot of times, you ain't got to really load it up hard, especially right here, because we ain't pitching that far. And it's a timing thing on letting loose with your finger and the jig head. Still feel like you need to, that your hand that you got the jig head in, your left hand, when it loads up, it should be about at your hip pocket. Like if you're sticking your hand in your pocket. So if I'm standing up, it should be right there. Oh, good fish. Was yours on the white? Quick release. Okay, so white chartreuse don't matter. It's just finding the fish that is willing to eat. They're not supposed to eat it, but oh, here we go. Yeah, that's a fish. That's a better one. Black crappie. This lake, before I got here, I had just assumed that it was gonna be a bunch of black crappie. And yeah, before I got here, I had just assumed this was gonna be a black crappie lake because of the contours and the clarity in the lake. So I knew to be looking. Oh yeah, them pictures been getting to her. It kept her up all night. She was tossing and turning. I think I even heard her say walleye, walleye in her sleep. We got to show everything Utah Lake has to offer, baby. We'll get to it in a minute. Yeah, I just assumed because of the contours and this lake just being like one big bowl, like a giant pond, that it was gonna be a black crappie lake. I need to check the size on this lake and see what it is, just so I can tell the folks at home. I gotta find my phone to do that. But I hate to move right now because these fish here are cooperating. I hate it that I'm the only one catching the fish too. Yeah, well, that was a little bit of sarcasm there, baby. We caught about the same number of crappie until just now. Is that it? Guthrie jumped out of the boat. He's gonna get in there. Yeah, they're on the outside of that pole right there, right against that pole there, Guthrie. Walk up there real easy and just drop those double jigs down in the water. Crouching tiger over there. I'm trying to, he needs to be about 4 foot deep. I'm looking for, okay, Guthrie's got fish around him there. I just can't see his jig. Oh, he's got one running up at him. He's got you. Get him, get him. There's more than one way to skin a crappie, ain't there? I didn't get to them. They have slid more over towards Guthrie's side. Got him. Yeah, they have slid more towards Coulter's side, probably with me banging that jig head off every rung on that dock. These crappie, they look to be pretty healthy. You can tell that the water temp is lower here than it is back at home because of the color. They don't have a lot of color in their belly right here right now, but they are eating good, so it's a good balance. Now, I do believe there's a lot bigger crappie in here, but I think they're out there in the middle, not in here where they're getting hammered on everything. Bluegill. That's a big bluegill. A feisty dude too. I'd like to show you how big he is. He's big as my hand. From tip of my finger to my Apple Watch band. That is the third different species we've caught this morning. And we've caught quite a few good eating sized fish. I throwed that one out there a little bit too far, didn't I? Well, I threw it right there on your line. I was trying to mess up your fish. Oh, got a good one, baby. Got a real good one. That is a better one. That right there is what we was looking for. These big ones are mixed in with the smaller ones underneath there, and I just had to get to the right spot of where they was. Yeah, that right there is a much better fish. That one right there is nice, 11-inch fish.
All right, I'm about done with this. Let's go find some walleye.
You ready to go after them great big walleye?
Yep.
Me and Coulter done had our fun. It's your turn, ain't it? Yep. Let's go.